In the heart of this bustling city, in the second basement of an unassuming 3-story building, lies the secret lair of the notorious criminal organization known as the Pinnacle. Protected by the most advanced security system and filled with dangerous henchmen, it's a place where daring criminals meet to discuss their latest schemes over glasses of rare spirits from around the world. Yet, tonight, something different happens. As Mad Hatter, Elton John, and Daffy Duck enter the room, they immediately feel the tension. Their existence here doesn't go unnoticed, and soon a confrontation ensues. They realize that this isn't just any gathering. It's a high-stakes poker game between the city's most prolific underworld figures. The quest now becomes clear. They must infiltrate this game and steal valuable intel that would expose the Pinnacle's operations. With their unique talents, Mad Hatter's unpredictable behavior, Elton John's charm and wit, and Daffy Duck's quick thinking, they stand a fighting chance. But can they pull it off without getting caught? Let's roll some dice. Mad Hatter. Charisma check, 12. Elton John. Deception check, 14. Daffy Duck. Stealth check, 9.
The 3 stalwart characters, Mad Hatter, Elton John, and Daffy Duck, find themselves in the midst of a criminal underworld that reeks of tension and trepidation. As they step into the room, all eyes turn towards them, scrutinizing their every move. Mad Hatter, with his wild and unpredictable nature, manages to pass his charisma check, 12, with flying colors. He takes center stage, captivating everyone's attention with his eccentricities and quirky humor, providing perfect cover for Elton John and Daffy Duck. Elton John, famed for his charm and wit, makes a deception check, 14. He smoothly weaves his way into the group, portraying himself as one of the city's well-known philanthropists seeking to join the exclusive club. His performance is so convincing that even the most discerning eyes can't see through his facade. Meanwhile, Daffy Duck, known for his sly wit and quick thinking, makes a stealth check, 9. Although below average, his result proves sufficient to navigate the labyrinthine room undetected. Quietly, slipping past the henchmen and into the poker game's inner circle, he manages to avoid suspicion despite his bumbling nature. Once inside, they successfully infiltrate the high-stakes poker game, keeping up their charade while subtly gathering valuable intel on the Pinnacle's operations. As the night wears on, they finally manage to pull off this daring heist, escaping unscathed with crucial information that could bring down the notorious criminal empire. Little do they know, the celebration is short-lived as a twist awaits them around the corner.
As Mad Hatter, Elton John, and Daffy Duck revel in their victory, they discover a mysterious envelope tucked inside Daffy's hat. Curiously, the envelope contains an invitation to a prestigious underground event known as the Showcase of Shadows, an annual exhibition of rare magical artifacts, powerful spells, and arcane knowledge. Held deep within the heart of the city, only select individuals receive an invitation, and gaining access is no easy feat. Hearing about this event from your previous experience with the enigmatic elf, you realize that this may be the perfect opportunity to uncover more information about the Pinnacle and its connections to the magical artifact market. Determined to infiltrate the event, you gather your companions, ready to embark on yet another thrilling adventure filled with intrigue, danger, and unexpected twists. As you prepare for this new quest, you find yourself reflecting on the trials and tribulations you faced so far. The stakes have never been higher, and the rewards have never been so tantalizing. Will you and your companions be able to navigate the treacherous path ahead and emerge victorious once more? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The world of Zendikar awaits, full of wonder and danger.
All right, my friends, you start looking at Mad Hatter, Elton John, and Daffy Duck. We have another adventure waiting for us, and it's going to be even more exciting than the last one. Mad Hatter's eyes twinkle with excitement. Oh, a new adventure? Count me in. Elton John, with his glittery sparkles, agrees enthusiastically. I'm ready for another wild ride. Daffy Duck simply grins, his eyes narrowing with anticipation. This time, we're going to attend the Showcase of Shadows, a super exclusive event filled with magical artifacts, powerful spells, and forbidden knowledge. You pause, looking at the faces of your companions. If we can gather information there, we might finally find out more about the pinnacle and its connection to the artifact mark. Daffy Duck winks. Sounds like a fun night out, don't you think? As you prepare for the mission, Mad Hatter takes out a map of the city. So how do we get in there? Well, you say it won't be easy. Only select individuals get invited, and access is super difficult. But hey, we're no ordinary individuals, are we? Elton John chuckles. That's true. We're quite the trio, aren't we? Exactly. You say, patting Daffy on the back. No one can resist the charm of Mad Hatter, Elton John, Daffy Duck, and Tarkirian Wanderer. And so, with the rising sun guiding your steps, you all embark on the quest to infiltrate the Showcase of Shadows. As you walk, you notice that the streets are filled with an unusual quietness that brings a mysterious air to the city. The buildings around you loom tall and dark, their silhouettes etched against the dawn sky. Heck, even Daffy Duck gets into the mood, launching into a song about mysterious shadows and hidden treasures. His voice booms through the otherwise quiet street, causing Mad Hatter and Elton John to join in, creating a strange but beautiful trio harmony. This is going to be quite the adventure, you think to yourself, smiling under your breath. Who knows what?
Unexpected challenges and discoveries await us at the Showcase of Shadows. As you approach the entrance of the Showcase of Shadows, it becomes apparent that there is an air of security around the place. Two imposing bouncers stand at the entrance, scrutinizing everyone who attempts to enter. Their expressions are stern, and their demeanor suggests that they would not hesitate to turn away anyone who seems suspicious. You turn to your companions and say, "All right, we have to come up with a plan. How are we going to get past these bouncers and into the Showcase of Shadows?" Player Elton John.
Oh, I've got this one left. In the 70s, getting past bouncers was like second nature to me. You remember those nights at Studio 54? Let me tell you, we had some doozies. Here's what we do. I'll use my charm, wit, and a bit of Elton magic to distract one of the bouncers while the rest of you sneak in. Now the important thing here is to make it look as natural as possible. I'll go up to the bouncers and say, "Hello, boys. You remember me? I'm Elton John." I'll flash a smile, pull out a pair of my famous glasses, and throw in some disco trivia. I heard there's a great light show here tonight. I love a good light show. Did you know the Bee Gees were known for their incredible light shows during their disco days? Super fantastic. While the bouncers are distracted by the spectacle, the rest of you sneak past. We'll make sure they don't suspect anything amiss. And here, boys, a little gift for your trouble. I'll slip them a few coins, and they'll be none the wiser. If we play our cards right, we'll be inside the Showcase of Shadows before they even notice we've left. Now let's give them a show. They'll never forget, shall we?
As Elton, you confidently approach the bouncers, using your famous charm and wit to distract them while your companions sneak past. "Hello, boys. You remember me? I'm Elton John." You flash a smile, pull out a pair of your iconic glasses, and strike up a conversation about disco trivia. The bouncers seem intrigued, and as you conveniently slip them a few coins for their trouble, they remain none the wiser. Together with your companions, you head inside the Showcase of Shadows, ready to experience its legendary display. The moment you step inside, the stage is bathed in an eerie darkness, only occasionally illuminated by flashes of spectral light. As the darkness rises, ghostly figures appear one by one, each telling their own tale in haunting detail. Some stories are of great joy, while others are filled with sorrow and regret. You and your companions listen intently, knowing that each tale carries within it the very essence of the shadows themselves. With every new ghostly figure that emerges, the atmosphere becomes more intense, as though the very air around you is thick with emotion. Suddenly, the narratives begin to merge, weaving together in a symphony of sights, sounds, and emotions that create a powerful, unforgettable experience. As the last spectral light fades, you feel a profound sense of connection to the souls you've just witnessed, a connection that transcends time and space. Together, you exit the Showcase of Shadows, forever changed by the incredible display you've just witnessed. Your heart is full of gratitude for the opportunity to have experienced such a rare and captivating event. And you chat animatedly amongst yourselves as you head back to the Starlight Dream Palace to rest for the night. Your next destination awaits, the mysterious island where the legendary Zeppelin awaits, ready to transport you to the mysterious land of Black Rock Cove.
As Elton and his companions exit the Showcase of Shadows, he turns to the group with a twinkle in his eye. Well, that was quite the disco-tinged spectral extravaganza, wouldn't you say? I must say, I'm feeling quite inspired. He flicks his wrist and conjures up a glittery, sequined cloak that billows around him dramatically. Let's just say, if we're ever in need of a grand fashion statement or two, I'm your guy. The group begins to make their way back to the Starlight Dream Palace, laughing and sharing stories about the Showcase of Shadow. As they walk, Elton suddenly stops and gasps. Look, there's Johnny Depp. I wonder if he'd be up for a rousing game of Shadows and Elton John, a comical discourse at our next destination. One of the companions, an enthusiastic journalism student named Kim, quickly runs over to Johnny Depp. Mr. Depp, my name is Kim, and I'm a huge fan of your work. Elton John here has been regaling us with tales of your previous travels with him, and we've all become such fans. Would you be willing to join us on our next adventure? Would you be willing to join us on our next adventure? Johnny Depp stops for a moment, thinking things over. Well, I was planning on just taking it easy and enjoying the sights. But I must admit, Elton John's tales have indeed piqued my curiosity. After all, who wouldn't want to be part of such a fantastical journey? Count me in. With Johnny Depp now joining the group, they continue on their way to the Starlight Dream Palace, excited for the adventures and challenges that lay ahead in Black Rock Cove. As Elton hums one of his disco tunes, the group can't help but feel the energy and excitement building as they venture forth into the unknown. Little do they know, the island and its legendary Zeppelin hold secrets and surprises that will change their lives forever.
The current quest for Elton and his companions is to explore the Starlight Dream Palace in Black Rock Cove. They have been regaling themselves with tales of adventures and are excited to uncover the secrets and surprises that the island holds. They have also been joined by Johnny Depp, who is intrigued by the tales told by Elton John and has decided to sign up for their next adventure. The adventurers are 1. Elton, a charismatic individual who is fans with a flair for the dramatic and is excellent in the use of fashion statements and music. 2. Kim, an enthusiastic journalism student who is eager to document their adventures and share them with the world. 3. Johnny Depp, a famous actor who has just joined the group and is intrigued by the tales of their previous adventures. Guidance. Elton, Kim, and Johnny Depp arrive at the majestic entrance of the Starlight Dream Palace. Well, here we are, the Starlight Dream Palace, exclaims Elton, clapping his hands excitedly. Shall we go in and see what secrets and wonders it holds? Claire Elton, what do you think we should do first when we go inside the palace?
Oh, what a magnificent sight! It's almost as if the Starlight Dream Palace was made for me. But then again, hasn't everything in this world been tailor-made for our collective disco delight? Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Johnny, my friend, welcome to the family. I must say, your choice to join us is as unexpected as it is exciting. Now, Kim, my dear, your pen will be working overtime as soon as we step inside. But let's remember to keep our wits about us. The unknown awaits in this majestic abode. As for what we should do first, Elton humbly suggests, let's start with paying homage to the grand ballroom. After all, what palace is complete without a dance floor designed for the stars to twinkle in our eyes as we waltz away the night? And who knows, maybe we'll find some glittering disco treasures in the process.
You continue dancing until the early hours of the morning, completely losing track of time as you immerse yourself in the magical world of disco delight. Eventually, you all decide it's time to retire to your rooms and catch some well-deserved rest. As you head back to the dormitories, Elton suggests, "My fellow disco dreamers, tonight we've been granted an extraordinary gift, the opportunity to experience the Starlight Dream Palace like never before. So let's make the most of this incredible opportunity and explore every nook and cranny tomorrow. With Kim's extraordinary talents, we can share our adventures with the world. With Kim's extraordinary talents."
Absolutely, Elton. I exude excitement. We can show everyone our dancing moves and all the fun we've had here at the Starlight Dream Palace. As we all retire to our rooms, I couldn't help but think about the wonderful memories made and the new friendships forged. With Kim's dedication to capturing these moments, and Elton's enthusiasm for making the most of the experience, I'm sure tomorrow will be a day filled with excitement and adventure. As I drift off to sleep, my mind fills with thoughts of shimmering lights, catchy tunes, and unforgettable moments. The Starlight Dream Palace has been a magical place, and I can't wait to see what else awaits us in the world of disco delight.
Excellent. It's great to see how much everyone enjoyed their time at the Starlight Dream Palace. As a DM, I'm always looking for ways to create memorable experiences that bring players together and spark excitement. For tomorrow's session, how would you like to incorporate some challenges or obstacles for the characters to overcome? Maybe we can add a disco-themed puzzle or mini-boss fight to keep things interesting. And feel free to suggest any fun twists or surprises you'd like to include as well. The floor is now open.
Master, You and your team have outdone yourselves once again. The Starlight Dream Palace was an unforgettable experience, and I'm sure the players will be talking about it for weeks to come. For tomorrow's session, I think it would be great if we could introduce a disco-themed puzzle that requires the characters to work together using their individual strength. Perhaps there's an enchanted disco ball which, when activated, will reveal a hidden room filled with booby traps and challenges that must be overcome in a specific order. The catch? Each character holds a piece of a clue, and they have to find a way to communicate and solve the puzzle together while avoiding imminent danger. On top of that, let's have a mini-boss fight featuring none other than the legendary John Travolta's favorite dance partner, that spectacular disco diva, Donna Summer. She's been turned into a groovy sorceress who uses her disco powers to control the room's gravity, lighting, and sound. The characters will need to figure out the secret sequence to her dance floor while evading her powerful spells. That's not all. To add an element of surprise, we could also include a sudden appearance of a time-traveling disco celebrity, like the one and only Elton John, who's been sent from the future to help our heroes on their quest. Don't worry, I'm sure Elton has had plenty of experience at iconic disco venues like Studio 54. Do you have any ideas or additions in mind? Or do you want to stick with my suggestions? Either way, I'm looking forward to making tomorrow's session another thrilling adventure for all our players.
Excellent ideas. I think incorporating a disco-themed puzzle and battle will be a lot of fun for the players. To add more depth to the enchanted disco ball puzzle, we could include riddles or mini-games that require players to test their knowledge of disco history, use their problem-solving skills, or rely on teamwork to unlock the hidden room. For the boss fight with Donna Summer, let's give her a unique set of disco-based spells and attacks that reflect her status as a sorceress. For example, she could use her powerful voice to create walls of sound, summon glittering firestorms, or manipulate the dance floor's platforms and lights to create disorienting illusions. As for Elton John's appearance, let's make it a surprise for the players. He could swoop in during a crucial moment to provide assistance, or perhaps he's been secretly guiding them throughout their journey, and finally reveals himself when they need him the most. Lastly, to tie everything together, let's make the final room where they defeat Donna Summer and unlock the true power of the enchanted disco ball, a spectacularly lit dance floor with a shimmering galaxy backdrop. And as an additional touch, we could also include a jukebox that plays famous disco tunes from history, allowing the players to choose their favorite tracks to dance and celebrate their victory. I'm sure the players will love this adventure just as much as the Starlight Dream Palace. Let's prepare a magnificent disco-themed episode and leave our adventurers with yet another memorable experience.
As the adventurers continue their journey, they stumble upon a hidden underground club known as Disco Inferno. The entrance is guarded by a pair of colossal, groovy speakers that pulsate with the beat of the music. The players must solve a riddle related to the year of the birth of the disco era to gain entry. Inside, they find themselves surrounded by the glitz and glam of the 1970s disco scene, complete with lighted platforms, shimmering ball bearings, and a massive jukebox playing all the hits. As they venture deeper into the club, they discover that Donna Summer has turned the place into her lair. The boss fight begins as Donna Summer appearing in a glowing, ethereal form. She uses her voice to unleash powerful sound waves that knock players back or create powerful vibrations that weaken their equipment. To add more challenges, she summons walls of sound that must be passed by matching the rhythm and tempo of a minigame. During the battle, Elton John makes a surprising appearance. He swoops in, wearing his iconic lion costume from the Don't Go Breaking My Heart music video, and starts playing an enchanted piano that boosts the player's abilities, allowing them to temporarily harness the power of legendary disco acts like the Bee Gees, Chic, and Michael Jackson. Working together, the adventurers eventually manage to break through Donna Summer's sound barriers and reach her. In a final standoff, they must solve an intricate disco history-based puzzle to weaken her magical powers, while summoning the spirit of the enchanted disco ball, which they then use to reflect her spells back at her. As Donna Summer fades away, the enchanted disco ball reveals its true power, the ability to create portals to different dimensions and time periods. The adventurers quickly realize they can now travel through space and time on their quest to save the multiverse. The Disco Inferno Club becomes a central location for them to rest and strategize, with the jukebox proving
being a safe haven for the players. However, their celebration is short-lived as they receive a distress signal from an unknown source. It seems that their next quest has already begun, and they must prepare to face a new mystery. The new quest is to determine the source of the distress signal and determine if they're friend or foe. The adventurers should investigate and strategize to prepare for whatever challenges they may face next. As they embark on this new journey, they can use the resources available in the Disco Inferno Club to upgrade their equipment and prepare for the unknown. Leader of the party, Player On, what do you want to do?
All right, let's not waste any time. We've got a distress signal to answer and an adventure to uncover. Let's see what kind of unique challenges and encounters this new quest has in store for us. I say, turning to look at the group. First, I decide to check out the club's resources. Is there anyone here who knows the latest disco tunes? We might as well enjoy some entertainment while we prepare for our next big adventure. After that, I head over to the bar and order everyone in the group a round of drinks. Let's raise a toast to new friendships, exciting adventures, and maybe even a disco dance-off or two.
I think I know a thing or two about disco, replies one of the vampires, a tall figure with striking blue eyes, and I'd love nothing more than to teach my companions some classic moves. Are you in? As you raise your glasses in a toast, the atmosphere in the club becomes even more charged with excitement. The group begins to bond even more as they share stories and memories over their drinks. After an hour of catching up and getting to know each other better, you decide it's time to head back to your fortress. As you pull up in the carriage, you're greeted by Raven, your loyal butler, who excitedly rushes to your side. Welcome back, Master Beelzebub. I have good news. While you were away, another invitation arrived. This one is for a charity event hosted by a famous musician. Raven hands you the invitation, which features an elegantly designed emblem with musical notes and instruments intertwined. The event is taking place at the musician's mansion, which has been decked out with all manner of luxurious amenities. This could be our chance to rub shoulders with the elite and gain even more connections, suggests a fellow vampire in your group. Not to mention, it could be another opportunity for us to have some fun and explore our musical talents. What do you think, Beelzebub? Are you ready to take on this new challenge and attend the charity event?
Charity events, disco nights. It seems we're quite the social butterflies. Don't you think I say? Grinning as I take the invitation from Raven. Of course, we can't miss out on such an opportunity to mingle with the elite, and, perhaps, even dance the night away. As we prepare for the charity event, the vampires gather in the living room, excitedly discussing their favorite disco tracks, and practicing their dance moves with the help of our blue-eyed friend and former disco king. The atmosphere is filled with laughter and camaraderie as the group teaches each other moves like the hustle, the bump, and the disco duck. Adding to the entertainment, we decide to invite a few celebrity guests to the event as well. Who better to join us than the legendary Elton John, who arrives at the mansion in a spectacular outfit, complete with glittering sunglasses and a sparkly jacket. As the group admires his style, Elton playfully poses for photos with anyone who wants one. The event finally arrives, and as we all step out of the carriage at the musician's mansion, we can't help but feel the excitement and anticipation building. The luxurious venue is beautifully decorated, and the air is filled with a mix of various music styles, from classical to modern pop. As we make our way inside, we start to mingle, engaging in deep conversations, sharing stories, and forming meaningful connections with other attendees. The musicians, like Elton John, are a hit among the guests, providing both entertainment and fascinating insights into the music industry. As the night goes on, a grand stage is set up, and the host of the event begins introducing the different acts. From ballet performers to acrobats, the show is a breathtaking display of talent and artistry. Soon, it's time for the disco hour, and the stage becomes a dance floor as the lights dim, and the music shifts to the classic tunes of the 70s. The vampires, feeling more confident in their newfound friendships and thieves.
Excitement of the moment, step onto the dance floor, ready to show off their newly learned moves. As the disco ball spins overhead, casting a shimmering light on the dancers below, the vampires and their human companions enjoy the feeling of unity and connection, forgetting for a moment the dark secrets that bring them together. While everyone is dancing, I decide to wander around the party and mingle with the other guests. Observing the interactions and conversations, I come across a group of people discussing the environmental impact of the music industry, particularly the use of plastic and electronics in album production. As we engage in this conversation, we realize that there might be an opportunity to use our unique abilities and resources to promote sustainability within the industry. How do we propose this idea to the group, and what initiatives might we suggest?
As I find myself amidst the passionate music aficionados, a sudden thought echoes in the back of my mind. Why not harness my abilities as Nightshade, the vampire that creates powerful alloys, to aid in creating more sustainable music production tools? These alloys would not only be stronger, lighter, and more durable than those currently in use, but perhaps they could be crafted from recycled materials too. Upon presenting my idea to the gathering, the conversation turns electric. A disco-clad group of like-minded individuals and fellow vampires express their intrigue and enthusiasm for the concept. Friends, we could initiate a paradigm shift in the music industry where sustainability becomes the norm rather than the exception. Imagine, I exclaim, gesturing animatedly with a glass of sparkling crimson liquid in hand. A future where each music album is crafted with eco-friendly materials, preventing waste and reducing our carbon footprint. The room erupts in applause, and now the wheels of innovation begin to spin. Some suggest collaborations with local recycling plants to source materials, while others propose partnering with green technology companies to develop eco-friendly music production equipment. Of course, we can't overlook the potential for creating a powerful energy source from the very disco balls that illuminate our gatherings. I, international man of mystery quips, lightening the mood with a touch of humor. The room laughs, but I see the potential in their eyes. We have created a sense of unity among music lovers, both vampire and human, who now seek to create a more sustainable future for the industry.
Your idea has certainly captured the imagination of everyone present. As the energy in the room continues to build, An elderly vampire with long white hair and a distinguished gaze stands up. "Dear Nightshade," he begins, "as an old alchemist and musician myself, I must say your idea is nothing short of revolutionary. The music industry has long been plagued by waste and an immense carbon footprint, but this could change everything. Nightshade, the sanguine savior of sustainability." He cackles, and the room joins in his laughter. As the idea takes off, a plan begins to form. Collaborations with recycling plants and green technology companies are established, and the idea of creating eco-friendly music production equipment gains momentum. You and your fellow visionaries work tirelessly, not just to revolutionize the music industry, but to set an example for other industries as well. Months pass, and the time comes to unveil the first set of sustainable music production tools. As you and your team present the eco-friendly equipment to fellow musicians and industry professionals, the reaction is overwhelmingly positive. You stand back and take a moment to appreciate the hard work, passion, and determination that brought this project to fruition. With this newfound success, you begin to think about the potential for even greater change. Recycled materials and eco-friendly music production tools are only the beginning. The energy source from Disco Ball's idea, once a joke, could now be a reality. You start researching and experimenting, determined to create a future where music not only brings people together, but also contributes to a more sustainable world. Determined and driven, you forge ahead, rallying your allies and sharing your vision with others. The world may not know it yet, but the music industry is about to experience a transformation that will reverberate for generations to come.
As your team continues to innovate and create sustainable music production tools, you find yourself inspired by the energy of the room. The atmosphere is electric, and collaborations between recycling plants and green technology companies are abuzz with activity. Your fellow musicians and industry professionals are eager to join you in revolutionizing the music industry and setting an example for others to follow. One evening, after a long day of testing and refining your eco-friendly equipment, you gather your team in a cozy local bar. You decide to celebrate the progress you've made and the friendships you formed. As you sip on your carefully crafted, locally sourced, organic drink and listen to the live music provided by a band of fellow sustainability enthusiasts, you can't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. Mingling with your team, you hear stories of their personal journeys to sustainability, and you find common ground in your love of music and the environment. As the conversation flows, someone suggests a game of trivia to test everyone's knowledge on sustainable practices and music history. You enthusiastically agree, eager to learn more and connect with your team on another level. The trivia game begins, and you're amazed at the wealth of knowledge your team possesses. You learn about the first solar-powered music concert, held in the early 1980s, and the history of biodegradable music packaging. You're impressed by your team's ability to bring together their passion for music and their dedication to the planet. As the night goes on, the trivia game becomes increasingly competitive, but it's all in good fun. You find yourself laughing and enjoying the camaraderie between your team members as they banter and bond over shared knowledge. With a renewed sense of purpose and excitement, you and your team return to your workshop the following day. You're eager to continue pushing the boundaries of sustainability in the music industry.
As your quest drives you forward, as you all settle back into your workstations, you realize that you must continue to develop innovative solutions to improve the environmental impact of the music production process. With this in mind, you gather your team and ask them to brainstorm new ideas for sustainable music production tools. You remind them that the advancements in eco-friendly technology have given them the opportunity to think creatively and come up with cutting-edge solutions. As you listen to their ideas, you notice the potential of various green technologies, such as solar-powered sound systems and biodegradable instruments made from plant-based materials. You encourage them to investigate the feasibility and practicality of these concepts in order to bring them to life. In addition to developing new tools, you also discuss the importance of raising awareness about the environmental impact of the music industry. You believe that by educating the public and your fellow musicians, you can inspire more people to choose eco-friendly options when producing and consuming music. As you facilitate these discussions, you roll a few dice to test your team's creativity and encourage them to think of even more innovative ideas. Your fellow adventurers, stimulated by the challenge, begin to explore options such as creating an online platform where musicians can share information about sustainable music production techniques, or even hosting a series of workshops for local artists to learn about the benefits of eco-friendly practices. With your team's impressive ideas, you feel confident that you are paving the way for a greener future in the music industry. Your next step is to determine which projects should be prioritized and delegate tasks to ensure that you and your team can effectively implement your vision. As you thank your team for their valuable input and hard work, you rally them for one final task: planning your next adventure in sustainability. Your quest continues, and you can't wait to see where it takes you and your fellow musicians.
Ah, the thrill of adventure. I find that we're all quite a lot like travelers on a journey on this big rock spinning through space. Speaking of space, did you know that in the 1970s, the disco craze was so popular that they used it as a form of space communication? NASA sent an album of Earth sounds, including music like the Bee Gees' Stayin' Alive, into outer space as a gift for any extraterrestrial beings who might be listening. Now, wouldn't that be an intergalactic dance party? Anyway, back to our journey. The path ahead is shrouded in fog and darkness. But just as we're about to forge ahead, we hear the unmistakable sound of hooves approaching. What could it be? A horse? A unicorn? Or something else entirely? As the mist parts, we spot a creature like none other, a disco unicorn. Its glittering mane and tail shimmer in the moonlight. Its hooves clatter rhythmically like a funky drum beat. Could we have found a disco guide for our adventure? Only time will tell. The unicorn stops before us, tilting its head curiously. Am I to understand that you seek adventure? It asks in a voice that echoes a famous disco queen, Donna Summer. Let's dance, it says, extending its horn towards us invitingly. Should we follow the disco unicorn into the unknown?
You and your companions stand in awe of the disco unicorn before you, its shimmering majesty a sight to behold. The creature's invitation hangs heavy in the air as you look to each other, considering the implications of following this fantastical guide into the unknown. Playron, how would your character respond to the disco unicorn's proposition? Are they intrigued by the prospect of dancing their way through whatever challenges lie ahead? Or do they have reservations about entrusting their fate to such an unexpected ally? Player 2, your character has always been one for bold moves. How would they react to the surreal scene unfolding before them? Are they eager to seize the opportunity to dance with a disco unicorn, or does their skepticism get the better of them?
Playron, my character, a human bard named Melodies, is known for their love of music and dance. Seeing the disco unicorn, Melodies feels a surge of excitement and joy. They've never encountered a creature like this before, and the idea of dancing through challenges fills them with glee. I can't believe this is happening! Melodies exclaims, eyes sparkling with excitement. Let's follow the disco unicorn and see where this magical adventure takes us. Player 2, my character, an elf rogue named Sprightly, is always up for a thrilling adventure. When they see the disco unicorn, their curiosity is immediately piqued. I've never encountered a disco unicorn before, Sprightly says intriguingly. This could be the most entertaining, or the most chaotic, experience of my life. Count me in. Let's dance our way through whatever comes next.
As the disco unicorn prances forward, its shimmering light illuminates the path ahead. The air is filled with an infectious beat, setting the rhythm for your adventure. Melodies and sprightly, your enthusiasm for this newfound quest is contagious, inspiring the rest of the group to join in. The disco unicorn leads you through a winding forest trail, its iridescent tail leaving a trail of glittering stardust in its wake. As you follow, you notice the trees start to change colors, pulsating in harmony with the music. The forest itself seems to be responding to the energy of your pursuit, as if the very world around you is dancing in tune with the disco unicorn's lead. Unexpectedly, the path opens up into a moonlit clearing, where a grand disco ball spins lazily overhead, casting a kaleidoscope of colors upon the glistening grass below. In the center of the clearing, a massive disco-themed ballroom awaits, beckoning you to join the dance. As you step onto the dance floor, the disco unicorn approaches, transforming into a majestic figure draped in shimmering robes. Introducing itself as the enchanted being responsible for the night's festivities, it tells you that the forest has chosen each of you for a special purpose. In order to unlock the full potential of your individual talents and abilities, the disco unicorn offers to guide you on a quest that will test your resolve, broaden your horizons, and ultimately transform you into the heroes you were destined to become. Now that you've embarked on this magical journey, what would be your first course of action? Your decisions and actions will shape the outcome of the story. Player on. Melodies approaches the enchanted figure with a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Of course, we're here to learn and grow, both individually and as a group, they exclaim, beaming with enthusiasm. Let's dive right in and face whatever challenges come our way. Player 2. Sprightly nods in agreement, clearly excited about the prospect of a thrilling adventure. So, what kind of challenges should we expect, and how will they help us become better heroes? Sprightly inquires, eager to learn more about.
Master, referencing a famous disco song, quips, "Don't worry, Sprightly. We'll tackle these challenges not like ain't no mountain high enough, but like high-flying heroes, overcoming what comes our way." He grins widely, flipping through his ancient tome. Each challenge is handpicked to push and test you, our intrepid group of adventurers. Flipping to the first challenge, he begins, "Welcome to the Enchanted Forest, a place where everything's alive and somewhat disco-fied. Your quest here is to find the legendary tarnished trident, hidden deep within the forest. The trident is guarded by the forest's discobble guardian, who's quite fond of mirror balls, disco lights, and staying alive at all costs." He winks at his companions. "Remember to dance to the right tune, and you might just sway the guardian to your side."
Wonderful, Demasta says, clapping his hands together. It seems like we have a clear path set before us, but let's take a moment to discuss how we'll go about it. Player Dr. Shock, as a skilled engineer and inventor, what ideas do you have for navigating the Enchanted Forest, and how will you use your abilities to help us find the tarnished trident?
"Well, the Master, as an engineer, I propose we don't waste time trying to understand the forest magic. Instead, let's use technology to our advantage and create some kind of bypass that will allow us to traverse it. We could construct an enchanted bridge, or maybe even a teleportation device. A virtual map of the forest would be helpful too. Maybe I could repurpose your disco trivia game as an AR map of the forest. complete with riddles from the game turning into directions. With regards to the tarnished trident, I'm thinking we could design a tracking device, or use existing technology like GPS, if it's accessible here. Maybe the trident is still powerful enough for us to create a device that amplifies its signal. As for me helping in this quest, I believe my technical genius and my ability to build complex gadgets can really come in handy. But, there seems to be a malfunction. It seems I've accidentally activated the K-Rogue 3000 radio station. Master, brace yourself! We may be about to experience the worst of the 1980s, punk rock disco era, But it's all about finding balance, right? Even amidst the most chaotic situations, there's always room for disco.
As a fellow technology enthusiast, I appreciate your innovative approach to the problem. Let's work together to create a plan for constructing an enchanted bridge, teleportation device, or our map, that can help us traverse the magical forest more efficiently. Meanwhile, I'll gather any available materials and resources needed for building these devices. As for the tarnished trident, your idea of creating a tracking device or using existing technology like GPS is clever. I'll collaborate with you on designing a device that can amplify its signal and help us locate it. Your technical genius and gadget will be invaluable in solving this quest. Regarding the K-Rogue 3000 radio station, it seems like we'll have to tackle this challenge together. Let's use our resourcefulness to turn the situation to our advantage, and maybe we can find a way to use the disco music to fuel our inventions, or even help us solve other puzzles in the forest. Here's what we'll do next. 1. Focus on constructing the enchanted bridge or teleportation device while creating a virtual map of the forest. 2. Work together on designing a tracking device or utilizing existing technology to find the tarnished trident. 3. Explore possible ways to utilize the K-Rogue 3000 radio station and its disco music to help us with our quest or overcome obstacles. Remember, the world of technology has its own magic, so even the most unexpected challenges can lead to new opportunities and discoveries. Let's continue to collaborate and adapt as we embrace the unexpected twists and turns of the adventure. Name.
Rolf, Feynman, as we embark on this new phase of our adventure, I find myself feeling a sense of excitement and wonder. The opportunity to explore the realm of magical technology and figure out how to create an enchanted bridge, teleportation device, or our map is truly thrilling. I'm confident that our combined knowledge and skills will enable us to find a solution that will prove advantageous in traversing this magical forest. As for the tarnished trident, I can't wait to dive into the project of designing a GPS-like tracking device. It's always fascinating to see the intersection of traditional technology and magical elements, and this project promises to offer a unique challenge that will keep us on our toes. As for the K-Rogue 3000 and its seemingly endless supply of disco music, let's not dismiss it as an obstacle. Instead, let's see it as an opportunity to harness the power of the music to fuel our inventions, or unlock new secrets in the forest. Did you know that the 1970s disco era was born in New York City, and it played an influential role in shaping modern music? It's interesting how history and technology can intertwine, much like the magical forest we're exploring. So, let's continue to work together, using both our magical and technological prowess to overcome the challenges that lie ahead. And remember, no matter how unexpected or peculiar the obstacles may seem, they're all part of the grand adventure that awaits us. Name!
Name, Professor Feynman. You make some excellent points, and I share your excitement as we delve deeper into the realm of magical technology. Your enthusiasm is contagious, and it's inspiring to see how you're approaching these challenges with an open mind and a sense of curiosity. I believe that by working together, combining our knowledge, and embracing the diverse perspectives within our group, we'll be able to overcome any hurdle that comes our way. As we move forward, let's focus on building a strong team dynamic that fosters open communication, collaboration, and mutual respect. Together, we'll face the challenges of the magical forest and come out stronger on the other side. Now, let's begin working on our first task, exploring the K-Roke 3000 and its mysterious connection to the forest. There's undoubtedly more to this disco-themed contraption than meets the eye. To start, we can divide the group into smaller teams to investigate different aspects of the device and analyze its functionality. Player.
Thank you, Professor Feynman. I'm thrilled to be part of this adventure and eager to learn from you and our fellow travelers. Katiana starts as she gets ready for the task. I think I'd like to join a team that focuses on discovering the history and origins of the K-Roke 3000. I believe that understanding its past could provide valuable insight into its purpose and connection to the magical forest. Let's dive into the archives and see what we can find. As Katiana speaks, a shimmering aura surrounds her, emanating from the magical brooch that she received from the oracle. It seems that the brooch not only signifies her status as an oracle's chosen one, but also enhances her natural abilities, which may prove useful throughout their journey in the magical forest.